Mumbai is the capital of the Indian state Maharashtra. In 1960, during the British rule in India, Mumbai was named Bombay, an anglicized version. In 1996, the city was renamed after the Hindu goddess Mumbai. This megacity is expected to become the world's second largest urban agglomeration. It is one of the three fastest growing megacities in the world, along with Tokyo, Japan, and Lagos, Nigeria. Mumbai is the financial capital of India and one of the largest emerging global cities worldwide. The Bombay Stock Exchange is the oldest stock exchange in Asia and has the largest number of listed cities in the world. Despite rough economic times in other parts of the world, India's economy continues to flourish year-round. The technology industry is also thriving in Mumbai. The Indian Institute of Technology is one reason many students move to Mumbai and why many technology experts around the world are Indian. However, many disadvantages came along with the benefits of a largely urbanized city such as Mumbai. Most rural migrants move to the city for occupation or education reasons but cannot find adequate work, therefore cannot afford decent housing. This is the primary reason shanty towns and slums are created in booming cities all over the world. Mumbai has a serious pollution problem. The mass amount of air pollution is taking away from what some residents say they love about their city, the smell of the air. The main sources of air pollution come from auto emissions, industries not abiding to the pollution standards, and domestic refuse burning. Auto emissions account for about 60% of all air pollution. The main pollutants in the air are carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrocarbons, and suspended particulate matter. The government has made some attempts to lower the pollution levels from auto emissions by making all diesel taxis change to compressed natural gas in 2002. And the improved bus and rail systems are meant to help decrease the number of the private vehicles on the road. The air pollution from the many industries in Mumbai is another big contributing factor to the air and water pollution, although it has been monitored and new standards have been put in place for the industries to follow. It is reported that the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, or MPCB, which monitors and implements various environmental legislations for water and air pollution, has contacted some of the polluting industries, and the industries have responded well and are abiding by the rules. Some are even trying to find a way to recycle most or all of their wastewater back into their productions. Water pollution in Mumbai is also a major problem. Contaminants like raw sewage, garbage, industrial waste, and hazardous materials all find their way into the water systems. The MPCB has monitoring stations around the area that are helping to identify problems and getting them solved. But more public education about how to rid of certain contaminants and garbage is desperately needed, especially in the poorer areas of the city. One of Mumbai's most prevalent and problematic issues present today is the unavailability of safe, clean water. The problem has grown so large that some of the population does not even have access to unclean, sanitary water, sometimes going up to 3 days with no water at all. There are 6 main lake reservoirs that supply water to the city of Mumbai, and insufficient rainfall has left them short of capacity, 25% less than what the city should have. Because of this, the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, also known as BMC, has imposed a water cut of 15% to residential areas and 30% to commercial areas. In an attempt to supply more water, in October of 2002, it was made mandatory that any new building have a rain harvesting plot of 1,000 square meters or more. The rain was to be collected in tanks or bore walls, but as of June 2009, only 900 buildings have installed this because of lack of monitoring mechanisms. The United Nations has declared safe, clean, and adequate water a basic human right. 80% of Mumbai's population lives in the slums, and 80% of Mumbai's population is not getting that basic human right. The government has laid over 4,000 kilometers of water pipes, but the people who live in the slums say laying pipe does not ensure water. It comes out in just a trickle. There is no water. A series of first-hand interviews with people of Mumbai living in the slums revealed that they only had access to water from 8:15 a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m. if they were given water at all. The water they did receive was very polluted with high levels of contaminants. Women and children suffer injuries from being forced to carry large, heavy water jugs long distances. The entire population suffers from body aches, hair loss, skin boils, disruption of internal organs, and a number of waterborne bacterial diseases such as typhoid fever, cholera, leptospirosis, and hepatitis A. In July of 2003, a So Clean study was performed and found that most of the water in Mumbai was contaminated at alarming numbers of 1,600 fecal coliform per 100 milliliters of water. Safety regulations in India allow only for 10 FC per 100 milliliters, while the World Health Organization says there should be none. Government officials claim that the water the people of Mumbai is provided is contaminated because they tamper with and damage the water pipes themselves. The government says the monitoring of water should be a joint responsibility between themselves and the people of Mumbai. There is a toll-free number citizens are supposed to call to report water theft and pipe leakages. While the government receives upwards of 2,000 calls to this number a day, little is being done to fix it. The Department to Regulate Water itself has 400 positions, most of which remain vacant. Instead of employing new staff, there are cuts being made, only worsening the problem. The threat of privatization of water has led the people of Mumbai to organize their own protest group called the East Nagrik Manch, headed by Sitaram Shalar. Sadly, the people of Mumbai know that if they do not act quickly and proactively about their water problem, it will be too far gone to reverse. Terrorism in Mumbai is a situation that citizens have been living with for decades. Mumbai's popularity as India's largest city has made it a hotspot for terrorist activity. Over the last few years, trains and buses have been targeted by terrorists as they execute deadly terrorist bombings. In 1993, Islamic extremists targeted Mumbai, detonating several bombs in strategic locations across the city. This was done in retaliation for the demolition of the Babri Masjid, a popular mosque, by Hindu nationalists. The terrorist attack killed over 200 victims and injured more than 700 people in Mumbai. On November 26, 2008, the city was once again plagued with its most devastating and violent terrorist attacks to date. Terrorists coordinated attacks on strategic locations, including several hotels and a train station in Mumbai for 3 days, killing 173 and injuring over 300 others. The city is still recovering from the recent attacks and taking new measures to protect citizens from terrorism.